action continues in the 2026 Concacaf Men's Under-20 Championship Qualifiers with action in Group D. I'll look back at the highlights from St. Vincent and the Grenadines' 6-0 victory over Anguilla. It got play started here in Group D of the 2026 Concacaf Men's Under-20 into August. 6 group winners of this qualifying phase over the next 2 weeks will join them, and a great start for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who look to maybe pull off an upset in Group D. On paper coming in, they are the 4th highest ranked of the 5 teams in the group. The early goal for Deshad Simmons. Some chances sprinkled throughout at the other end for Anguilla, but nothing too dangerous at any point for Dinesh Grant, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines goalkeeper. Ezra Hendrickson, the Vincentian head coach, has to be happy with what he saw on set pieces in particular today. The service from Ronaldo Paynes created chances or indirectly led to goals for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Here, a penalty. Put Tyree Clark at the spot. Clark hesitated in his run-up, tried to get the keeper to commit on the stutter step. But the keeper guessed correctly. Shamor Brown making the big save. Tyree Clark did not waver, though. Sometimes a young player could have their confidence shaken by a moment like this, but instead, he responded, and he turned things right back around for the group with this strike, cutting it into his left foot as nobody was showing for him as he looked to play a pass, and he just picked out the corner on his weaker foot. No Davey Busby, and by Anthony Bernardina from the penalty. Goal. It would come again off service from out wide. Clark, that great setup touch, took him into space. You should be able to get a good look at it here. Right there, that touch into space. Game got a little more physical in the second half as well. Clark continued to play a role on the service. That one maybe should have been turned home, but not meant to be in the end. Another dangerous loose ball in front that would ultimately trickle over the line after a couple of players had a stab at it, and a couple of players for Anguilla made attempts to block it right there, bobbling around, that one was Simeon Cunningham's goal, stepping up and finishing. And then here, another to make it 6. The substitute Tyler Lewis powering it past Shamor Brown. And that is how things. Second match of the evening in the 2026 Concacaf Men's Under-20 Championship Qualifiers here in Group D. A look back at the highlights from Curacao's ultimately dramatic 3-2 victory, over Guyana. It was on its way for a while to being 3-1, with both sides seemingly coasting to the finish line, and then all of a sudden, Guyana turned it on late, scored in the 90th minute, and made it interesting. But let's take you all the way back to the beginning, where it was Guyana who started on the right foot. Brian Wharton getting the goal 8 minutes in. In this, of course, very pro-Curacao crowd here in Willemstad. There were plenty in their favor. A lot of it came through the midfield. The likes of Polonius, Cornecion, and Juan Saidi doing the damage. Here it was Shermir Telap cutting in, drawing the penalty, called against Shaden Tom, and then taking and converting the penalty, Anthony Bernardina. He had the keeper guessing, and ended up slotting it past. Here's that second goal. Cornecion slotting it through to Davey Busby, threads the needle, had a couple defenders in front of him, curls it to the back post with the left foot. Very well done by Busby, a tidy finish to give Curacao the 2-1 lead that they would carry into halftime. And then into half number 2. This is when the game started to just settle into a bit of a lull. Curacao controlling the ball, controlling the tempo, seemingly on their way to a victory, just lacking an insurance goal that would help them breathe a bit easier. But eventually, that goal would come, and they'd go up 3-1. Good bit of interchange for Curacao led to the tap-in goal that would ultimately become the winning goal by Bernardina. Made it 3-1 at the time. gave them room to breathe. The assist going to Jorgemar Martina. And they would ultimately need that insurance goal because late on, 90th minute, Guyana would find a goal to cut into that deficit. Curacao still had plenty of their own moments, but as the game got chippier late, cards started going both ways. Bernardina added a card to go with his 2 goals and the game-winning goal. And then off that ensuing free kick, loose in front, knocked in. 90th minute, that made it 3-2. Guyana would have a couple of last gasp efforts in the area, but not any they were able to put home. Curacao takes it 3-2.